The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you up and I'm up. Hey, look, y'all. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. We're in 2022 now, so Happy New Year. New year, new goals, new mindset. So I got a trailblazer in the building. She is frontline for the community, y'all. Introduce yourself to the people.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's Miss Hardy DC in the building.
Yes. How you feeling today, Queen? How you feeling?
Oh my gosh, I'm feeling great. The snow got me like, but overall I'm feeling good, excited, just glad to be back in town. Yeah.
That's all right.
Glad to be here. Look, it took so long.
Yes, it did.
For me to get here.
Right, but look at God though, right? Yeah, look at God. For sure.
So I'm excited to be here.
So for the people that don't know who you are, like a little bit of background on who you are, like, you know, where you came, you know, where you grew up, background, things like that.
Well, okay, my name is Miss Hardy. And I am the founder and organizer of Guns Down Friday, where we creatively provide resources to communities affected by youth homicide, suicide, and mental health illnesses. Yep. So I've been doing that for about 3 years. But before that, I was just Joanna from Capitol Heights.
Okay.
From Capitol Heights, Prince George's County. I was born in Indiana.
Okay.
Moved here when I was about 5 years old. Moved to Capitol. Lived there until I was about 17. Then I moved to Suitland.
Okay.
But yeah, this is home. I had a daughter, had a baby at 17, and then went off to join the military. So I did that. My job in the military was mortuary. So I dealt with a lot of remains, and I did a lot of funerals. So when I got out the military, that led me to, I saw the streets of DC was worse than a war zone. Yeah, so I just saw how unorganized the community was, killings left and right, children being killed, and that's when I knew I wanted to create change. And that's when Guns Down Friday was birthed.
Right. Because I'm about to say, like, it takes a lot. You know, I think, you know, when we talk about community, it's like, okay, the unity in it, or like, what is it that we saw, what was alarming? Because, you know, in Prince George's County and the DMV in general, you know, we hear news all the time, and we're like, oh my gosh, not again, or oh my gosh, why this, or oh my gosh, why that? So, you know, that leap of faith that you took, that, you know, that particular moment, like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, like, you know, every time someone passes, it's like the community is upset, and it's like, what can we do? So that's when Guns Down Friday was birthed, and I just stuck to it. Like, I didn't follow like all the movements. I just I followed the movements, but I just stuck with Guns Down Friday. I followed the mission, and it just grew from there. But yeah, it's just so much. It's a lot
it is.
To handle, to deal with, and I didn't want to leave these families. Like I built relationships with them, and you know, because I still represent the families that passed 3 years ago. So it's like I can't let it go. I just want to do. I told them I would do all I can, and that is what I do.
It's the passion. It's the passion for me. I ain't gonna lie. It's the passion and the commitment, because I feel like availability is the biggest thing, right? So you're like, oh my gosh, like there's so many people that may just call your phone and be like, okay, well, I want her to come through, or I need her for this, I need her for that. So like, how do you manage the time?
Yeah, people don't recognize how like time consuming it is. It's just. And when I first started, it was easy. You know, I was working with a couple of families. I can be there.
Right.
But, you know, now it's just so many people on another level. So it's tough, but, you know, I thank God for social media. Like I can just, you know, say things and do things, and people would understand, versus me having to show up in their face and talk to them one-on-one. So
and then to give the technology, right?
Yeah, and then platforms like this, it's like, you know, you can spill your guts out. You know, you watch this and you know where I go. that's how you reach a larger crowd. But it is very time consuming.
No, I agree, because I can only imagine, like, if you had to sit there and pull up to, a neighborhood and then go to another neighborhood, then go to another one, then go to another one.
Yeah.
But you got Instagram and you got, Twitter, social media, everybody just be like, all right, cool, this little post, I could be here, post, I could be here, this, that,
and then on the flip side, you have the actual business where you have to be there for the children.
Right.
So then they're calling me 24/7. So I went on vacation. I went to Belize.
Shout out Belize. Okay.
It was lovely. I went for about a week, and I was posting the kids that I met there. My DC kids, oh my gosh, they were blowing my phone up saying, "You don't love us anymore?" I'm like, I only been gone a week. Like,
Right.
Yes, I love you guys.
Right.
So yes, it's funny, but I told them, look, I need a little break. The plan wasn't to go out there and serve kids. That just ended up happening. But,
Right.
I really, have to take a mental time for myself.
Yeah.
And just model that to other people. We always are on go mode. And sometimes I'm like, all right, you guys, I got to slow down, regroup, rethink, and get it together.
Yeah.
So
recharge, revamp, refocus.
Yeah.
For sure. Nah,
Yeah.
I agree, because we get caught in the grind so much and we look at so many things. We may be discouraged. We may feel like, oh my gosh, well, I'm not where I want to be. And I do want to take a trip, but I need this money, or I need this, I need that. We get caught up in materials and possessions. So I think, leading to social media, how do you navigate through it?
Yeah, well, to what you were saying, like with the trips, it takes a lot of time for me to even find it, because I don't have a lot of money. People think I have a lot of money, but the last trip I took, the flight was $200, and the room I stayed in a hostel. The hostel was $60 a night. So it's just properly planning, taking that time to search those flights, and going through Instagram, seeing not what's popular, but what places you can go.
Right.
Sometimes I do staycations. I'll stay right here and be on vacation. There's so much stuff in DC.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that, though, right? Because
Yeah.
they'd be like, okay, well, I just see the White House. I
Yeah.
just see the museum. That's all I see.
Yeah. I'll get a hotel in DC and just act like I'm a tourist. Like
That's okay, though. That's okay, though, because you need to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how were you able to build the relationships with the youth? I think that's important, too. Like, so I guess if you were to take it back to, like, how you first started, or, like, that first community that you touched, or, how were you able to, I guess, be transparent and meet the kids where they were?
Well, for me, it started when I was 17.
Okay.
Before I was 7, maybe about 16, they have a program in PG County schools where you can go to school, have part-time, and work at a school part-time.
Okay.
So I decided to work at a school, and that's where it really started. I was working at the school, and I just saw the needs, and I just filled them. Kids would come to school with messed up shoes. I would just go to the store and buy them some shoes. Just little stuff like that. I would, if someone smells bad, I'll go buy them some nice perfume. And when I buy things, it's always really nice. I try not to do like too many hand-me-downs.
Right.
Just something that they will never forget.
Right, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if you come to school with some raggedy shoes and the next day you get a pair of Jordans, it's like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Where
like,
did this come from? Like, oh my gosh, the gift just flew out the sky.
and then
Like,
all
yeah,
the
I got
kids in the school know you wear messed up shoes, so to see you with Jordans, or not even Jordans, just some
Yeah.
fresh tennis shoes.
Right.
It's like, oh, look at such and such, they got the new.
Yeah.
So it just brings just a feeling you'll never forget.
I ain't gonna lie, that'd bring me joy.
Yeah.
I had some busted joints, and then somebody was like, hey, look, I got some
Yeah.
fresh Nikes for you. I'd be like, wait, what you talking about?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I got them, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you
Yeah.
get the shoes, it's like people only see like me giving the shoes, but it's a lesson in it. All right, now you got to keep them clean.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't wear these outside. You keep wearing those the raggedy shoes outside, but when you come to school, you teaching them how to take care of it.
Right, yeah.
So
Like I think those life learned lessons, because
Yeah.
I think that's what is important. And when I see you engage with the kids and just, the activities that you do
Yeah.
and bringing the awareness, I really think that it's a dope and amazing thing that you're doing, because these communities, they need, like you said, resources. That's the reason why you do the work that you do.
Yeah.
But just to make that connection and just to let them know that you're human too, I think that's the dope thing. So how were you able to like some of the trips that you took these kids on?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so 2 young boys, I believe they're 10 and 11, they witnessed a murder. Someone was killed right in front of them. So, when it happened, they called me, and I was able to, because the community supports so much, I was able to immediately take those young men to Florida. One of the kids just happened to be on a football team, and his team, he wasn't on the traveling team, but his team was going to Florida. So we went just to support, to get away from the neighborhood. We do all types of trips. That's just my favorite.
Right. I got you. And that's all right, though, because you're taking them out so they can go ahead and see more.
Yeah.
I think that's also dope, too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, your environment and what you're accustomed to. And it's like, all right, you know what? Let's do this real quick.
Yeah, we
Let's do that real quick.
Yeah, like I took a group of girls to the Ritz-Carlton. I take kids to Six Flags, launch. We are always going out, doing things. Just showing them more to life. Like, I grew up in that same type of neighborhood, and I know what it's like to not have, and to just wanna be more. So it's like, you know what? I have to go back and show these kids, what I was missing,
right,
growing up, and it's a beautiful thing. I see so much of myself in these children. So,
man, what?
Yeah,
I feel the same
so
way.
Much, yes, it's
like being who you needed when you were younger.
Yeah,
right? That's what I feel like.
And it's so funny because now I don't even really care about, like, I have a Tesla now. So when I grew up in the hood, I didn't have anybody that could come pick me up in a nice car. So every day I'm picking kids up, taking them to school, taking them somewhere, just to let them see something different.
Right.
Like, it's just a beautiful thing. Like,
I agree. And that's, like I said, because, like I said, but people ain't really know that, like you have to get from a certain point to get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this what you, like you just said, a Tesla, like, it may have been a Honda before, Toyota before, whatever it was before. But people seeing that.
But you know what the good thing is? Started out in the Honda. The kids, I don't care what, if I was in a bucket, if I was walking up, the kids they don't care what you have, they just love the love.
Right.
So it's exciting for them to grow with me, and for us to, like they always say, my family, Joanna, they gonna tear your car up. I'm like, I know, because even though it's mine, but we're in this together.
Right.
I always let them know we're in this together. Whatever I have, I'm gonna share with you guys.
Right.
And I'm gonna just show you guys love. So.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when I was out in the community, like I said, I remember, I believe it was June, either the 1st or the 2nd of last year, the call to action by Jericho. And I remember that guns awareness event.
Yeah.
And just hearing your voice and how you talked about it, I was like, okay, she's definitely one of those people that is about the work.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people talk a lot.
Yeah.
And they're, literally in these communities. So,
Yeah.
I heard the passion in your voice, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I've seen this person before.
Yeah.
On social media, but now I see this person in person, so it's different. So I just think that, that was definitely dope.
Yeah.
And I salute
and
for that.
it's just to speak on that, those events are so hard for me to attend. Like, I feel like I'm a street person, so attending like political events, it's so important to come together. So that's why I'm always there. But I was shaking. I was so nervous. I'm comfortable right here.
Right.
I feel at home. But up there, I was like sweaty palms. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, everybody's about to listen to what I say.
Yes.
I'm not sit there and say no word. Anxiety is kicking me.
Yes. It's kicking my butt.
Yeah.
But, we got to fight through that to get to where we want to be. Because, I want to serve a larger community, and I can't always speak to one, so I know I have to speak to larger crowds. So
Right. Yeah.
it's something you
You
have
coming
to
out
fight
your
through.
shell, you doing well.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I
will
remember
tell you that.
the first event. Shout out to Ronald Moten. He let me speak in front of a crowd. It was so many people, and he was like, "Miss Hardy, it's your turn to go up." And I'm like, I started crying. I said, I can't do it. I'm so honored that you would let me, but I started crying because I could not go up there and speak in front of the people. So fast forward to now, you can't
Yeah.
get me to shut up.
The growth though, the growth and the journey, right? I
Yeah.
think that's very, very important. So
Yeah.
as far as like the organizations and people you've worked with, people you've connected with, those resources
Yeah.
and how you guys pour in to the community, especially in Southeast. Talk about some of the events that you guys collaborated and felt like was essential for you guys.
Oh, it's so many. We have one coming up at the end of this month called Easy 123.
Okay.
We do it every year, and I know I might get it messed up, but I know Karan and Stormaya, one passed away on that day, and the other is birthday.
Okay.
But Stormaya committed suicide, and Karan was shot and killed. So every year we come together and we just show the family love. We provide resources. We do yoga. We do healing sessions. We provide food. We do podcasts. The kids do a podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. They the kids make this. They have a pressed juice, so they serve juice. Guns Down Friday has a couple of kids serving popcorn and the cotton candy machine. So
sounds good.
yeah, so it's just we all come together just to show love. I think, and that's with the creative school. So many of us come together for that creative school. Bullying is not dope. Dare to be different. Never black down. So many of us. I can't even
Right,
name
it's like you don't want to sit
everyone.
there and
Yeah,
forget
'cause
everybody, but like
it's so
y'all,
many.
if you was there, you
Yes.
was there, right? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, so
because
that's one.
I love the collaboration.
Yeah.
I know the event back, I believe it was in July, if I was not mistaken, or probably early August. I remember I was out there and there was an event. It was yourself. I know the yoga was there, the
Yeah,
chalk,
Bo Yoga.
the
Yes.
gun prevention. So it was just a lot going on that whole entire strip. And I'm
Yeah.
just thinking to myself, like, okay, this is what community
Yeah,
is supposed to
yeah.
look like.
Yep. And that event was tough. It was so tough for me because we had planned that event for a while, right?
Okay.
For Dion, it was supposed to be Dion K Day, so we were planning, and a week before, Naya was killed, shot and killed on that block. So people thought we were doing it just because of Naya, but it was like, no, we're in this community all the time. Like, we love these people. And we just had something else around there
Right.
in that neighborhood, had a toy giveaway for Christmas. But we're here. We just love these people, like the families. It's just a beautiful thing. Another event was one of my favorite was Six Flags. We took 100 kids to Six Flags. That was with Concerned Citizens.
Okay.
A lot of the young protesters came to that and supported. Shout out to Kayla, Concerned Citizens. But
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Yeah, it was.
I'm loving the collaboration. I
Yeah,
really am, because
yeah,
I think
it's
that's
so
what
many.
you could pour into so many people when you collaborate.
Yes,
And
yeah, coming together.
Yeah,
coming
and
together.
I want to say shout outs to Dare to Be Different, because
Yes.
like I said, CEO Kim, amazing,
Man.
phenomenal woman. I
Yeah.
mean to tell you, phenomenal. Like
Lovely.
that person that holds you accountable.
Yes.
That person.
I
she
always say, I
definitely
don't know,
has.
that Kim is my mentor. I say, I don't know how she can even deal with me. Like, I'm a handful. But yeah, Kim is lovely. I love her spirit. So many people encourage me to just keep going. And you and Kim, you guys are definitely that motivation, especially in Prince George's County. Like, it's easy to serve in DC, but serving in Prince George's County is not a lot of us, and it's so big and open. DC is just, you can be anywhere in DC in about 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
But Maryland is, PG County is a little bigger. So I'm just so grateful for the people that serve in PG County.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I try to extend the umbrella because I'm just like, I don't want to just limit myself to one area. So when it comes to collaboration, even having talks with, people and just seeing where they're at, I think alignment is very, very key. So I know, June 26th of last year, we were able to do the Dave & Buster's event, and you came with your kids. And I was just like, wow, that was, like I said, that was dope, and that was amazing because, like I said, I didn't expect it. We literally were like, okay, you know what, we're just going to raise some money and see how much money we have to, take kids to Dave & Buster's. And we hit our goal, and we exceeded our goal and was able to do, even more. But that event for Dave & Buster's, for me, just seeing the young men out there having fun. It was just like, oh my goodness, it was priceless. It was priceless to me.
They had such a good time. Like, the kids had such a good time that day. They were able to be free and, be themselves. It was lovely. It was lovely. They had a good time. And they got to eat. It was nice.
I felt great because I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, like, it's just the message. It's just the post. Like, somebody saw it, somebody donated, somebody cared. So I looked at it like, okay, the more that you can pour, a message or spread a message, somebody's going to catch it. Somebody's going to be able to pour it. So
I think we need to do an annual Dave & Buster's.
Okay. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that. We can make that happen for sure. We can definitely make that happen. And that led to, the backpack event as well. And we were able to do that too. So it's a lot of people that were doing a lot of things. And I just realized that, it's a great need when you're serving the community. So when we talk about social media, like, how do we navigate through this thing? I think it's really, really hard.
Man, so everywhere I go with the social media, this is a little tip, but the kids I work with, they all follow me. Okay. I always make sure I tell, the kids to follow me. I'm always promoting my Instagram. I'm very careful. Like, I have 2 different pages. I have my Miss Hardy DC, and then I have Guns Down Friday. And with Miss Hardy DC, I try to promote, like, traveling and health, where Guns Down Friday, it's more, it's what it is, it's Guns Down Friday. So I think also making sure you separate your business from who you are is very important. And, like, I feel like with the Miss Hardy DC, it's more of a, like, selling a lifestyle. Because of course I'm very strategic with what I post on social media. So it's always funny because, of course, I always look nice on Instagram. So I'll pull up to a neighborhood and just, be dressing regular, and they're like, Miss Hardy? I'm like, yeah, it's me.
Right. That's you, right?
Don't believe everything on Instagram. It is. I am who I am. I fix myself up sometimes, but that's not who I am every day.
Right. I got
so, being real with who I am is very important. Like, I'm not, trying to portray someone I'm not either. Like, it's just genuine and natural. So I always get people that inbox me and tell me, and I didn't even realize it, but they say my page motivates them to just keep going. So I make sure I don't, like, degrade people. Well, I try to make sure I don't degrade or be mean to people. I'm human, though. So, I try to be careful with that and always, just showing love.
Right.
So.
I think that's definitely dope because, when we look at social media, some people may want to compete where they don't compare. Right? And then we get caught in this matrix and we're like, yo, like, but they doing this and I'm not doing that. So I feel mad. And it's really community over competition. That's what I can really say because you can be inspired by the next person. And when I scroll through and I see, negativity, I don't entertain it that much. Because I feel like, okay, I don't want to be derailed where oh my gosh, I'm just not gonna do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just quit. I'm gonna throw the towel in.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to find a way to keep going. So I was just asking because
Yeah.
the work that you do is tireless.
Yes.
You're doing so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, how would you navigate through it if somebody's just like, trying to channel your energy in the wrong way?
Yeah.
And what you
Yeah.
actually choose. So I think
And to be honest, like like when I first started, it was just a small group of us, but now it, to be honest, is a business now, and you have to treat social media like a business. You can't be cussing people out. You can't be, because these people are going to support you. You want these people to support you, but you're on someone's page degrading someone or talking down on them. So and when I say this, I include myself.
Right.
I have to just be very careful and mindful, because you never know who you're hurting,
Right.
who's watching. I remember I went to a protest, and this young lady, I was telling her, I'm like, look, you need to do this and that. And she just was like so timid. And I'm like, why is she not fighting back? She was just on the mic going off. So I went to her and I said, I apologize. She was like, yes, because I follow you on social media. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt so bad because young lady looked up to me.
Mm-hmm.
So even though she was like ranting and raving on the mic, so I said something to her, but it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth, I have to be careful how you talk to people, because you never know what they're going through at home or in their personal life. So yeah.
No, I agree for sure, because
Yeah.
you never know who you're influencing.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, these realms and where we align ourselves with, even the people that we work with, or, whatever it is, we just have to be mindful of what it is and its purpose over assignment.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling myself, because sometimes I get so caught on the assignment, like, man, this don't even feel right.
Yeah.
This don't even feel right. Like, no, I don't want to do this. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But I got to do it because, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may bump heads with people and not understand, like, what it is. But it's like, it's all going to make sense. This may
Yeah.
be a lesson
Yeah,
as opposed to
yeah.
just what you think it is.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I always do look at self. I'm like, how can I be a better person? How can I, just do better with people? Because it's tough dealing with people.
It is.
It's tough.
Yeah, especially when they're not, like, they may not be as passionate as you either.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want it this way. I want it to look that way.
Yeah.
It's got to look this way.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't want it like I do? You don't see it how I see it. Like, what's wrong with you, right?
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
And I raise my hand. I'd be like, yep, that's me.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Look,
I'm
and
with
that's
you.
when you gotta go to your word. And I don't know why I always keep this in my head, but is show some compassion. I read something and a man was yelling, "Show some compassion." So I'm always keeping that in my mind when dealing with people. Show some compassion, Joanna. Like, you're not perfect. Show compassion.
Right.
So
Yeah, we not perfect, but we worth it. Like I
Yes,
said, that's how I
I
look
like
at it
that.
too.
I
Because
like
I'm like,
that.
we're not, because a lot of us, we like, all right, man, like we made mistakes, but we're not our mistake.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of books, and it's really been helping me through, like I said, the pandemic a lot, just to
Yeah.
get my mental right. Because I think you have to mentally show up first before anything.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so
Yeah.
true. Like, because sometimes if I'm not there mentally, I'm no good. It's like I should have stayed home.
Right. And it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You guys said I needed to be here, so
yeah.
I'm here. And then it's like, are you really here? Oh, no, I'm really here for you guys, but
Yep.
I don't really want to be here right now. Like,
You know what helped me with that? Breath work. Like,
okay, breathing.
sounds so simple, but I teach the kids that too. Like, when you're going through or stressful, whatever, take deep breaths.
Right.
Take deep breaths.
For sure. So what is, like you said, the self-care? I'm glad that you took a trip to just, like clear your mind.
Oh.
What are some of your favorite hobbies, some things that you like to do?
Oh my gosh, I'm a traveler. Like, right now I'm thinking about, I don't even know his name. I think it's JT, but I'm obsessed with my passion. Like, every day I just want to help people. I want to grow Guns Down Friday, figure out how I can do more for the community.
Right.
I think everyone has seasons in their lives of doing different things. So I've done so much in my life. So like I'm dedicated to this work. So if I'm not doing the work, I'm taking care of my daughter, or I'm trying to book a trip to another country or somewhere in the States just to do self-care. That's just this season. That's not forever.
Right.
But right now, I'm just very dedicated to the mission.
Right. Because the mission is always going to be important, and the mission is always there. Like, that's your why.
Yeah. So I think next year I'll probably just chill and focus on like more myself. But this year and last year, it's Guns Down Friday. It's Guns Down Friday. How can I grow? How can I help these kids on another level? Because I'm getting more support. So how can I do more for these kids with what I'm getting instead of just because I'm quick to get donations. If I don't know what to do with it, I'll just give it to a parent. Like,
right.
Families always need something.
Yes, they do. Yeah, exactly. I ain't gonna lie. It's tough times out here, so everybody's trying to hold above water.
Yeah, but how can we do more? Really do more for more communities, more people. So that's where I'm at right now, building up my board. I really started, I didn't start Guns Down Friday, just to start it. Like, I really was doing the work, and people were donating it, and I'm like, okay, this is a business now.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I have to.
Oh, they believe me now. They see me.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
They see me now. I feel you.
Yeah. Once I reach like $1,000 in donations, it's like, all right, this is not just I'm just trying to take the kids out. Like, it's bigger than me. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, once you start betting on yourself, then people will be like, all right, you know what, I'm going to bet on you.
Yeah.
Because I see you now.
Yeah.
And you doing what you said you was going to do.
So two of the kids that have been with Guns Down Friday since day one, they're now employees of Guns Down Friday.
Oh, that's
so
what's
they
up.
get a salary. One kid news, and for a month he got a percentage of all of the income of Guns Down Friday.
That's what's
so,
up.
Yeah, trying to put kids in position for
That
real.
too.
Like,
that too. We definitely need that, and that's generational wealth.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's like you're really giving people the game.
Yeah.
And like I said, something that you ain't even really had when you was younger.
Yeah.
There you go. Be who you needed when you was younger, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I tell the kids all the time, I said, what I'm doing, you could do this for your neighborhood. Matter of fact, people support kids more than they support adults. So,
that's a fact.
Do this for you, man. Get out there. Show some love. Do a cookout for your community. It's easy. Get everybody can donate. When I first started, people were giving me their food stamp card, and we were getting food with the food stamp card. Like, it's all about the love. People gonna support. If God placed it on your heart to do it, just do it. The rest gonna come.
I agree. I agree 100%.
The rest will come.
Did you have any favorite?
Whatever.
Yeah. Did you have any favorite like movies or TV shows you watched when you was like younger?
That's a good question. I wasn't really into my mom had us in church a lot.
Okay.
She had us in church a lot, so like Bible study Sunday. Like we were apostolic, so I wore skirt. Anybody can tell you they never seen me in pants as a child.
Okay.
Always had to wear skirts down to my ankle. Couldn't wear makeup, jewelry. Like, it was tough. So, matter of fact, this month is a month of consecration, and my mom doesn't watch TV. She doesn't eat from 6 to 6. So, yeah.
Okay.
Real tight. But I liked Coming to America.
Okay.
I like that movie.
Travel. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. That was a good movie.
That was a dope movie. And I like the new one too. It's funny, I like Coming to America, but I was so against the new one. But I watched it. I liked it. It's cool.
That's all right. Favorite movie. Favorite. I want to say probably favorite comedian if you have one.
Comedian. I like the local comedians. They are so funny to me. Like, I I like, what's his name? APAP.
Yeah, APAP.
Yeah.
You got
Davey Ruffin.
O-Dog.
O-Dog.
Yeah, I would love to see them do
Mixon
I would love to see them do a show together. Goofs.
Yeah,
I would love to see them like all
Goofy.
do a show
Yeah.
together because I'd be like, man, they got a
It's-
little 85 South
Yeah.
vibe going on in the DMV.
Yeah, Baby
Yeah.
Entertainment is my I think that's his name. It's my top right now. I'm always on his page. Like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. He's from PG County too.
That's what's up. I mean,
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
need a laugh. You
Yes.
know? So I think like sometimes when you like
Yes.
down and out, all right, man, let me go to this real quick. Let me go ahead and laugh.
They
I
are
feel
so
you.
funny,
I
but they're
feel
my
you.
top right now. The locals, they're
Yeah,
really
the locals. You got to support them too.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
For sure.
they are hilarious.
As
Yeah.
far as like favorite genre of music, do you have one or?
I'm into. I like right now. It always changes, to be
Right.
honest.
Okay.
But right now I'm into Sunday choir.
Okay.
I'm loving Sunday choir, like Kanye West. That whole, I don't know why, but that's what I'm into right now.
Yeah.
I really like that album. It just puts my heart at ease. So
That's what's
I
up.
really
I ain't
like
gonna
it.
lie. There's nothing
Well,
wrong with that, changing the
well,
vibration sometimes.
yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us, we look at, you know, oh yeah, well, they gonna like rap. They gonna like R&B.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love reggae.
Ooh.
Reggae to me is
Okay.
just uplifting because it's so powerful when you listen to
Yeah.
it. You know, the
Yeah.
Bob Marleys or like the Elephant Mans, the Sean Pauls. It's just the vibration where you feel free.
You taking me back to Belize.
Yeah, I just think, you know, some of the music that, you know, we listen to sometimes, and, you know, for the youngins that, you know, are out here, I want youngins to really know that it's a difference between, like, what they're saying in their music.
Yes.
Because I want the youngins to really understand that, like,
That
what they're
is
saying is so key.
OMG. Yes. Speak on that. That is like, even with the like local kids, you know, a lot of kids rap, and it's like, y'all know people don't really do all the stuff they say they rap about, but it's yeah.
But it's like when we sit there and say it, it's like, oh, why are you trying to be so parental? Nah,
Yeah.
nah, you know, but it's like, we've seen it. We've been around it
Yeah.
too. So it's like, we ain't not going to tell you
Yeah.
no wrong. It's
Uh-huh.
just like what we're learning on the way too.
Yep,
You
so
know?
true. And I've been working with the local rappers also, PG County. Shout out to Gunu,
Okay.
Free Ducci, Lil Dude. But yeah, I've been working with them. The world needs love.
I agree.
The world needs love. These communities needs love. These leaders, these rappers that are leaders, they need love too. You
I
know,
agree.
they need just as much help as the next person in the community. So, you know, I try not to judge. I don't even listen to their music. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't listen to a lot of the stuff because it's too much for me.
Right.
But I know they have the ears of the streets and the ears of the community. So, you know, I try to put that aside and work with them. So,
Nah, I agree with that
Yeah.
100% because, you know, like for me, I wasn't somebody that was, you know, like gangster or street.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people that all the time. Like, yeah, of course, you may have some OGs, see some things that you probably wasn't supposed to see, things like that.
Yeah.
But at the same notion, it's like, all right, well, I knew how to move, I knew how to operate. So shout out to my dad, shout out to my mom, my family, because, you know, they kept me grounded and kept me focused. But with the young, you know, the young guys out here, you know, the young men, I want them to know that, hey, like, you know, you don't got to talk to a girl like that.
Yeah.
Or, like, even for, you know, a young lady, you don't have to present yourself like that. Like, why do you feel less than? Why do you feel like you have to do X, Y, and Z just to
Yeah.
be this? Or same thing with a dude. Like,
Yeah.
our emotions can lead us
Uh-huh.
into some dangerous places.
oh yeah, and I started young, just like growing up in the hood, not knowing my worth, not knowing your worth will have you in a whole nother direction in life. So thank God I joined the military and I started to learn more and more my worth. But it wasn't until recently, like maybe last year, I realized, okay, Joanna, you don't have to keep doing these things that you're doing. Like, get out of that mindset. Like, you don't have to live like this no more.
Right.
So, but a lot of those habits I picked up when I was 13, 14 years old, just not knowing my worth. So, yeah, that is so important.
That's
so
a gem.
important.
I ain't gonna lie, because I'm figuring that out too.
Yeah.
Because it's like you'll work, you'll do so many things, and it's like I gotta know my worth. Let me really sit back and be like,
yeah,
man, nah, I know.
Like
like for real.
I
Like,
used
what
to
you mean?
hate when people like I see posts and say the price went up. I be like, oh, that's so insensitive. But it's like, no, like, know your worth.
Yeah.
Like, know your worth.
And know that you are valuable.
Yeah.
Know that you are important.
Yes.
And that
yes.
you are somebody to somebody out here.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
The biggest thing I wanted to tell you is you gotta be a superhero for yourself.
Yeah.
Be a superhero for somebody else, because I see you working
Yeah.
so much.
I know,
and
right?
I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Like,
I
how
feel
did
like,
she do it?
You know what? I feel like I had in my younger days, I did so much. I know I'm not the only one who feels like this, but I did so much dirt and like just things I wasn't supposed to do. I feel like I not owe it to the world, but I owe it to God. Like, like I really dedicated my life to what I'm doing.
Right.
But it's not. But that's why I take my trips. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Like, you'll see me gone. I'll be gone tomorrow. Like oh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you
I
better
feel
than
some
me.
anxiety coming on. I gotta go because Belize wasn't even planned. Like I went to Belize, and some months back I went to Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I find a cheap flight, I'm on it. I
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I found a $19 flight to Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just
going with the motion. Going with the motion.
So, but I make sure I take that time for myself. And I also suffer with PTSD. So I'm getting better with spending more time with my family because I can stay to myself and be fine, like, and just be in a little bubble, not talk to anyone. But, I thank God for just my doctors and family to just push me to, get out the bed. Some days I don't want to even get out the bed. And like I said, I thank God for family and friends and the community. Like a lot of these people that I work with, they know what I'm going through. So they'll call me and they'll bring me food. They'll, do whatever just to make sure I'll keep going. So they can keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's just like they see the potential in you. So it's like because they see the potential in you, they see that energy. It's like, okay, you know what? I can't do this no more, but I know you can.
Yeah.
So like, let me go ahead and just be a neighbor to my neighbors.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need.
Oh,
More of.
And I'm learning.
Sure.
I'm learning as I go. But it's this one story. This kid, I forgot I don't even know what he did. I said, but look, you can no longer be in this program. I'm not dealing with you no more. So like a week later, I told him, you can come on back. And he cried. He was crying and he said, Miss Hardy, I felt like I lost a mother. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, wow. Like what we do in the community is so important. And I learned that day never to tell a kid you can't be in a program. Like, never say that to, even though he was acting up or doing something he wasn't supposed to, talk to that kid. But don't tell them, don't abandon them because you never know what they're going through or what they went through in life. So
I agree with that 100%. It's like, man, you rooting for the kid. You want to do everything for this kid, but it's like they gonna have to learn. They gonna have to figure it out. Like you can't be there every step of the way. So I think that's the biggest thing too. So the transparency, the openness, the honesty, just like the Mikasa, Sukasa vibe. I think it's very, very dope in what you're doing in the community. Like for sure, for sure.
I love it.
I do love it. I think I'm inspired by it too because it inspires me to do more. When you talk about grind hard, dream big, it's not just a motto, it's a lifestyle for me. And it's just, being who I needed when I was younger, because like I said, seeing that lack of resource or seeing that lack of support, the fact that kids count on you. You a superhero.
I think we all count on each other. Like they count on me, I count on them. I count on your videos. Sometimes I'm in the bed and I'll just go on Instagram and you're just like, hey y'all, and I'm like, this guy's so happy. Like,
yeah, but it's hard
just
though.
put a
People don't do
smile
that.
on your face.
Yeah.
But, I know, right? And
Yeah,
can
it's
imagine
hard.
what's the background of what you go through just to put those videos
How
on. But
exactly, because people don't realize that it takes steps to do that. I had to be confident in doing that at first.
Yeah.
And, like I just built that confidence, and I was just having conversations like, all right, like God, is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? And it's just like over time, people were like, no, I'm inspired by that, man. Like, bro, keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I see you. Like, keep it going. Like, I know
Look,
what
sometimes it gets on my nerves because I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed. I want to lay here and do nothing. Don't motivate me, please.
Yeah, but I think everybody need it though. It don't matter where you're at. Like I just feel like, okay, if I don't put it out, it's not regular.
Yeah,
for me.
no.
Like, so that's why I was like, yeah, I gotta go ahead
I'm picking
and
with
put this
you.
out. Yeah, not for real, because I'm just like, man, she's in a million places and so many times. I'm like, man, I want to be like that. I want to sit there and be in a million and one places. Why? How's she all over the event? Man, she got 4 places she got to be in like 4 different hours. How do you do this?
I know, right?
You know,
Yeah.
so, and I think it was dope
Strategic.
too, as well. Like you're teaching like how you guys had the gun prevention.
Yeah.
You know, and actually showing people that process because a lot of people don't
Yeah.
know that.
Yep.
You know, so
Yeah.
what made you really want to do that at the events or even highlight that too? I think that is very, very dope.
We saw the need. Like I've spent a lot of time in the military, and I saw that a lot of these deaths were preventable just with little simple first aid techniques. So it's like, you know, y'all not gonna stop shooting. Well, let me teach you how to survive a shoot. You know, if you get shot in a certain place, you know, you can't help certain places, but let's a lot of stories I heard where even people went into shock when someone was killed. So, you know, I saw the need and just went for it. Like, you know, let's start teaching people how to survive if they ever get shot. And a lot of the shootings were, you know, random. Like you could be sitting at a bus stop and get shot, or in your home and a bullet flies through the wall. So it's like, how do we teach these people how to survive?
Right.
And every neighborhood we did that in, we gave them tourniquets, like to the guys that are really out there doing things. We gave them to the people in the community that everybody's at their house. You know, having those first aid kits, having gloves, knowing how to bring somebody back to life. It's just so important. So
I agree.
Yep.
100%.
We've actually saved lives, you know, because we did that in several different communities, and we had young men that have been shot saying, thank you so much for that training. It saved my life. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So any motivation you want to give to the people watching this right now, like the youngins, I'm saying, even us adults,
Yeah.
it's just how to be, you know, a neighbor or a human being, like
Yeah.
any motivation you want to give to these people.
Put God first and don't stop. Don't give up. Be consistent. Consistency is key. Just don't give up. It's times I wanted to give up and throw in the towel. It was days that I didn't want to do things, but I always was doing a little something. If I didn't feel like getting out the bed, I would at least post something. So always be going towards your goal, whatever that is. It can be with life, business, whatever. Be consistent with your goal.
Be consistent with the goal. So
Yeah.
I want to tell people right now, like, for all the youngins that's watching, for everybody that's watching, like, the streets is not a place that you want to be, like, at all.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The streets don't love you. The streets, they don't love me. They don't love us. And that's why they made sidewalks. That means, when I mean sidewalks, it's different options.
Yes.
So it's like the notion of whatever business you want to run or whatever dream you want to aspire to do, just go ahead and do that and inspire before you expire. And most importantly, put God first, like Miss Hardy said. Put God first. And everything else will follow through.
Yes.
And then on top of that, my challenge to everybody is be a neighbor to your neighbor. Because you
I like
never
that.
know what somebody is going through.
Yeah.
So if that person is weighing heavy on your heart, text them, call them, message them, something. Be a neighbor to your neighbor because you never know.
Neighbor to your neighbor.
Because you never know. So with that being said, I'm rooting for you. I know that it's going to be an exciting year for you because you are a very goal-oriented person. You've done a lot in the community. Continue to do what you do,
Thank
Queen.
you.
I see you.
Thank
I
you so
salute it. I
much.
respect it.
Thank you.
You know, and everybody that's doing community work, because I know it's hard, it's rough. Just keep in mind, it's community over competition, y'all.
Yeah.
And with that being said, the harder you grind, the bigger you dream, and we out, y'all.
We out.